in the enterprise. I am Olajumoke Alaode James, and my guest today is a devout Christian, a devout advocate of a better life for persons living with disabilities, and a devout visionary. So a lot of devout. Christiana Akirinmade was not born visually impaired, but her story is a classic case of the good fortune that comes to those who refuse to be defined by the circumstances life throws at them. Christiana is the founder of Hope Builders for the Physically Challenged Foundation, Divine Christian Creativity, and the Association of Exceptional Entrepreneurs with Special Needs. All these were birthed after her life took a trajectory she hadn't seen coming. Perhaps it's a life now best captured by the saying that a great vision triumphs over the finest sight. You're welcome to the enterprise. Christiana Akirinmade, PhD.
Well, thank you so much.
I needed to mention the PhD so they know that your own doctorate is not honorary. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm fine. I'm good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I was saying to you behind cameras that the enterprise is about the craft, the trade of successful individuals that we interview. What makes you tick, the things that people would ordinarily not ask you, right, about your life. And the fact that you weren't born visually impaired, but you went ahead, to get your OND, HND from Lagos State Polytechnic, went to do an MBA, went ahead to do a PhD,
Honorary.
Right? While people who can see and are not visually impaired have all sorts of excuses. What drives you?
Well, thank you so much for that question. Initially, when I lost my sight, I thought there was no more hope. I thought all dreams, my career had gone down the drain. So at a certain stage, I was at home for good 5 years, ashamed of myself that, Christiana Kehinde has turned to a blind woman. I thought that was the end. My children too were ashamed of me. Whenever visitors are coming, they say, "Mommy, go inside, Mommy, go inside, visitors are coming." Or rather, I would tell them if any visitor is coming to see us, I'll just tell them I'm in. Don't tell anybody I'm out. Don't tell anybody that I'm in. I will just hide myself. So at a certain stage, I always listened to radio stations where I had a program, and I discovered that it was a school for the blind. I was thinking when I get to that school that I'll receive my sight back. But funnily for me, and fortunately for me, when I go to that school at Kappa, the blind school at Kappa Oshodi, that was where I was reinstated, I was transformed, I was rehabilitated, and I discovered I can still achieve my goals.
So you lost your sight in 2010 and graduated in 2015. That's such a feat, right? What is it that would encourage somebody who has lost hope, like you did? Somebody whose family even would, want to hide away from the society. What would encourage you to do it that quickly? Because, if you're depressed for losing your sight, I would imagine that one will be depressed for quite a while.
Yes.
But you got over it quick enough for you to also graduate within 5 years of losing your sight.
It wasn't easy anyway. Within that period that I lost my sight, within that 5 years, I've gone to so many places, so many countries, thinking I will regain my sight. I was about going to India, and when I discovered the money I had enough was not, the money I had at hand was not enough. I sold my properties, sold landed properties, sold my cars, just looking for my eyes that no, I can't just take it. But at the same time, after I've lost everything, I sat down. I was not looking way forward. As I've said earlier, until I listened to radio station, I said, okay, let me go to the school. I went there to meet the inquiry, and I spent a year there. But when I was in the school, I discovered I could make it. Immediately I got to the school, not quite 2 or 3 weeks, I was made the captain of my hostel, and there I met some people that use 2 years. At the same time, when visitors are coming, they will come and call me. This Akirinmade, come and attend to our visitors and appreciate them. I will not be looking at myself. What is in me that they are just calling me for everything? I joined the music class, every of their program at the blind school I joined. And the funnily enough, nobody sent me there. When I wanted to go, they are telling me, what do you want to achieve again? Blind school. Do you think you can still cope going back to school? What eyes do you want to see with go? So I was discouraged, but I just determined within myself that I will even go there. Let me see what will happen in that school. And I discovered that when I was there, all their programs, they always make me the head of the captain, make me captain, make me, there was a program, a special program they always have, Mabel. My story was used. And I said, yes, I think I can make a living out of my visual impairments.
Nice. So I have an insatiable quest for knowledge myself, right? Hoping to eventually get my PhD done. But for somebody who is visually impaired, right? You went on to do a PhD in entrepreneurship and humanity, right? But your master's degree from Lagos Business School is in social management.
No, master's degree from University of Calabar.
Okay.
I have a certificate in Lagos
Certificate in social management from the Lagos Business School.
Yes.
What's social management?
Well, social management in terms of humanitarian, in terms of how to go in as an entrepreneur and how to cope with others, maybe less privileged, maybe NGOs, and how to serve as humanitarian to others. So when I got there, when I went to the Lagos Business School, initially I was not immediately admitted, but during the interview, when I saw what I was saying, I immediately said, Madam, congratulations, you've been admitted at that interview day. So I was the only visually impaired person. At the day of our graduation, during the class, I was honored for being one of the most inspiring students in the class. And when we are graduating, I was honored as if I was the first lady. When I was called to the podium, they wanted to give me my certificate. Everybody stood until I got back to my seat. Everybody sat. I was not telling myself, what kind of honor is this? As if I was the first lady. So I just love reading. And I love inspiring others that thought their disability is a weakness. Rather, it should be a strength for them. Because my disability is a strength for me to move ahead.
So, Dr. Akirinmade, you're called the champion of empowerment and inclusion, right? For somebody who has a physical disability and has lost hope like you did, what encouragement do you have for them to pick themselves up again?
They should immediately go for rehabilitation. There was a case that was brought to me yesterday night about a man of 46 years that has lost his sight 10 years ago and was indoor. I said, no problem. After this program, I'll go there and visit him and tell him that you are losing. Come out of your shame. Come out of that disability. There's still life. After disability, I want to tell you, it's very fine. I'm enjoying myself. There is still life after disability.
Is that because you live in Lagos? Because I know that there are laws for, public buildings. You must have.
I don't have public building, no.
No, there are laws in Lagos. If I'm right, in Nigeria for accessibility for people with living with disabilities. So you must have an entrance for people living with disabilities. Yes. So I'm asking, is your life fine just because you live in Lagos? You were born in Lagos and raised in Lagos.
Yes, married in Lagos.
Does that make a difference in your life?
Well, I think that makes a difference in my life. It has added to my impact. Okay. Because when you want to board a bus, BRT, you don't even need to pay. You just go straight to the door.
Oh, wow.
You don't need to queue. You just go straight to the door.
For show.
I just got in my entrance. They see my guy came. Madam, go in. And when I get to the bank, when other people queue, I don't queue. I'll just go straight to the counter. And I'm always given that privilege. Well, even if I get in late after they've closed, they'll say, Madam is downstairs, please let us give her that privilege. So I discovered there are a lot of privileges there.
You almost make it sound nice.
Yes.
Okay.
I enjoy that.
Going into your background,
Okay.
once you became visually impaired,
God.
and particularly your children, like you mentioned, where they found it hard, to accept your new reality. Your family life, how did it change, and how is it now?
As a banker before, I have 18 years banking experience. So it was after I left the banking industry, I was driving. I discovered that I was just having a frequent accident. And I always call myself, because I love driving, it's an hobby for me. I always call myself international driver. I discovered I was just having frequent accident, especially with this keke napep and all these Okada riders. So there was a day one of them just said, Madam, better go and get a driver if you don't know how to drive. I felt ashamed. So I was challenged. I said, what could have happened to me? I called my optician, though I was using the glasses then.
Okay.
That you should just increase the capacity
of your
glasses.
lenses.
That one increase it. After 2 weeks, it's reduced again. I didn't even tell him. I just drove down to the general hospital myself. I said, I need to check my eyes. Lo and behold, I don't know, I've lost my left eye.
Wow.
That was how it started. Then they said, Madam, don't drive again. And then I said, what can I do? Madam, don't. I said, so you mean I should not drive again? I said, it's like, I am a barrel. What will I do? I was given eye drops. After frequent going to the hospital, I was told that I'll have to go for a surgery. I said, no problem, I prepared. I bought all what it needs. 2 days to the time, I just went to the general hospital just to reminded that tomorrow, 2 days to this time, I'll be coming. Then I said, I should not come with the doctors on strike. I said, what should I do? She just said I should keep on using my eye drops and say immediately the doctors are back, I should come back. So immediately I heard that the doctors have resumed their duties. I went back to the general hospital. They did another final test before I could go in for surgery. And I was told I've lost my second eye.
How did your husband take the news?
I'm a single mother.
Is that conclusion of my question? Meaning that he quickly carried his bags.
No, before then, he has left me and the children.
Okay.
So I was just battling with the marriage, myself and the children. So after he had left, I was just battling with my eyes and the children. And I was told that I've lost my second eye. And I said, what should I do? My dad, don't drive again. Just be using eye drops. And I said, is that the end? The doctors will not say, Madam, maybe you have husband. I said, no. They said, what about children? I said, you have family. I said, just go and continue eating and please go and rest. That was the advice of the doctor.
Family is everything. Okay, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we will discuss the Hope Builders Foundation and many other activities that Christiana enjoys to engage in. Please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. The Enterprise. You're welcome back to the Enterprise, and I have been discussing with Christiana Akirinmade, PhD, who was recognized for her exceptional contribution to entrepreneurship development in the year 2021 and was awarded by the Lagos State Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment. Her achievement extends to the Lagos Business School, where she received an award for excellence for her outstanding contributions. She's won numerous local and international awards in recognition of her unparalleled commitment to humanity. In fact, you were recognized again by federal government. You were saying that, is it Tinubu? Tell us about that.
Well, just due to my impacts as a PWD, people with disabilities as entrepreneurs. I've brought a lot of people up as an entrepreneur, thousands of people, even less privileged in my community, developing their own vocational training, IT skills development, so that they can have a less dependency on people, so that they too can be financially independent and self-reliance in their different fields, and be outstanding in their careers. So, due to my impact, the Ministry of Lagos State Wealth Creation and Employment gave me an award due to my impact as entrepreneurs and people that...
I'm talking about the current recognition by the federal government.
Oh, okay. I was just some days ago. They brought a letter for me from Abuja. When they called me that I had a letter from Abuja, I said, is it the presidency? They said, no, you've just been given a letter as a nomination of merit award.
Congratulations. You heard it first on the Enterprise.
Thanks so much.
Congratulations. And how does that make you feel? I know that everybody feels honored, you know, by recognitions and awards. We feel elated that, oh, all my hard work is being recognized, is being rewarded, you know. But for you in particular, somebody living with disabilities, how does it make you feel?
I was happy, but at the same time, I was still telling myself, don't be happy, you've not really done what you wanted to.
What do you want to do, Gongo?
Because
after PhD, what else? After PhD,
I still want to impact.
Okay.
I still want to recognize, not only in this country, outside the country. I still want to recognize outside the country, at the European countries, Africa. I want them to know that, yes, there is somebody, Christiana Akirinmade, that is really imparting knowledge into people's lives, transforming their lives, rehabilitating their lives, and restating their lives.
Okay.
Back to life.
Let's talk about your foundation, Hope Builders for the Physically Challenged
Foundation.
Yeah. How did you come up with the idea for that?
Well,
Did you suffer as somebody who was visually impaired? I'm not talking about your family now. I'm talking about the larger society.
Okay.
To the extent that you realize that people who have physical disabilities need help.
We need help. At times we don't like telling us the stories, the bad stories. I like telling people the good stories about it. But at the back door, at times I weep.
You still weep now?
Yes, at times.
Wow.
Why? Well, I'm trying to read something, I'm trying to get over things, and I couldn't do it. I thought that was the day something fell off from me, and I was looking for it. I couldn't get somebody nearby me. I would not say, do I need to go and call on phone again that somebody should come to my apartment to come and look for this thing? Then I said, what should I do? And I said, okay, go and get a broom. And I started sweeping until I saw that thing. But at that particular period, it might not be okay. There are times at the society, it happens everywhere. They look down on you. At times when I want to talk, who is she? At times they don't like inviting me to a party. What does she want to see there? But me, I like to say no. Even if I cannot see, I can still hear. And from then, I'll picture what is happening in my environment. But not everybody wants to go out with you. Not everybody wants to associate with you. Unless they know that you are really imparting. If not, nobody wants to look. Everybody wants to look down people with disabilities. That's why the advocacy started that no, there must be inclusion.
And the International Women's Day 2024 was talking about inclusion.
Yes.
Inclusion, you know. Your first degree from Laspotech is in accounting, but you like to be called deaconess.
Yes. As a Christian.
I'm a Christian too.
I love that.
So what's the spiritual connotation for you? Again, you know, I don't know about religion in Nigeria. We're very religious on the surface, you know. And religion really ought to be personal, where you just adhere to the tenets of your religion, be kind, loving, you know, to one another. But we're the most corrupt. You know, we're the most unfaithful, particularly women. You know, well, second most unfaithful in the world. You know, things like that. But anyway, coming back to you, as an accountant, why is deaconess more honorary for you than your 18 years in the banking industry?
Well, the deaconess, initially, when I lost my sight, when I was in the banking industry, I was not born again. No.
Yeah.
When I lost my sight, you know.
When you were counting money.
I was not born again. So, you know, when it got to a situation like this, I will be praying, God, let me receive my sight.
Yeah.
God, I want to see. God, I want to see. You know, my spiritual attachment to God quite different. Then, my involvement, my impact in the church, my spiritual knowledge differs. Why? Because I was even looking for my sight. But a particular time when I discovered I couldn't see, but in other ways, God is really showing mercy on me. At certain times, I said, I cannot see, but I'm happy. In my career, I'm moving forward. And at the same time, I'm even imparting to people that can see. In my church, a lot of people do come to me. And even in my environment, despite my disability, that they always come to me for help. I remember a widow woman. I was coming from a particular place, so I was alighting in a bus stop. So the woman never knew I was blind. She came to me for help. I just gave her the leftover change the conductor gave me. When she was there, I beckoned on her, Madam, can you please assist me to the other side? She said, Shineke God, oh. I said, what happened? Take your money. I don't know you are blind. I said, no.
Yeah.
You wish to become a beggar. You can see. Is it because you are a widow? She don't say, as if you are now a widow, and so therefore, does that give you the mandate because you are a widow, you should become a beggar? In as much as I'm blind, I don't take it that I should become a beggar. I now have to talk to her. I brought her to my place and I taught her how to make money. She was one of my vocational students. She spent 3 months. She's now back at Akwa Ibom.
Nice.
So nearly every year she sends something to me. And she has been evangelizing that it was a blind person that impacted and changed her life.
So your biggest achievement in life is not your PhD?
No.
It's not your master's in social management?
No.
It's not accounting and 18 years
At
banking?
at all.
It is helping other people?
Yes. Imparting to their lives.
Wow.
Making them to see a new vision. Making them to realize that they can still make it in life. And they can even outstand their mates in wherever fields they are.
Fantastic. Okay, we'll take another quick break. When we come back, we will find out what makes Christiana tick, the things that she enjoys to do in her quiet time. Please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break. The Enterprise. Welcome back to The Enterprise, and this edition we're talking to a very special guest, somebody who has abilities in her disability. PhD. Doctorate.
And a dickness.
Okay, so Christiana Kende Akirinmade just loves to be called a deaconess for whatever reasons. And this segment, we're going to talk about the things that you enjoy to do in your quiet time. You do handcrafts.
Yes. Hand-woven products.
Okay.
Which is slippers, bags, sandals, belts, anything that goes with creativity. That's what I do.
Are they selling well?
Yes, we have our target audience are people that are very crazy, passionate about hand-woven products.
And
some people they are crazy about some particular products. So that's what I made.
Okay, so what do you do in your quiet time aside from handcrafts. I can imagine that gives you pleasure and makes you relax. Do you love music?
I love music and I love praying at my quiet time.
You love praying?
Yes.
Deaconess. Yes, we know that you love your spirituality and God is with all of us.
Yes. But God is with me in a special way.
Tell us how.
Going out without anybody. And I travel when my two boys are in the university.
I should agree to that quickly before you move on. My producer was in absolute shock that you came to ask you by yourself. So yes.
So I traveled down to Ilorin myself.
Wow.
When my first son is in the University of Ilorin, when my second son is at Ibadan, University of Ibadan. I was there. I didn't tell him I would be calling me. I just want to check on him. I was at the door, the entrance door, and I called, "Where are you?" Now I said, "I just stay." I said, "You've forgotten the number." She said, "Mommy, what do you want to use with mine? Just tell me your hostel number. I just want to send somebody to come and give you gift." She now quickly said, "Mommy, my hostel number is so can you come? I said, "Okay, no problem." I just somebody going, "Can you please take me to so all?" Took me there, took me to his room. I knocked at the door and I called him. "Hello, where are you?" "Mommy, I'm in my room." "Are you sure?" "Okay, somebody's coming in to give you gift." I just opened the door. "Mommy, wow, what do you want?" I said, "I'm here to check on you." "Mommy, you and who?" I said, "Myself and God." So he was surprised. And that was what I did to my son too, when he was at Ilorin.
So God goes with you.
Yes.
Are your children proud of you now?
They're very, very proud of me. My first son is an engineer. So proud of me. And likewise my son.
So you are a proud mother also.
I'm a proud
that
mother.
They're doing well. Well, I mean, one ought to be grateful to God for that, because mothers who have their sites, some of them do not have children who are doing as well as your children are. So you must be a proud mother. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So what else do you do in your quiet time aside from praying?
At times I will just sit down and think about what can I do that can impart to others. And with myself and my twin sister, I will just call her. In your area, what are they doing there? Do you have any people? Do you have individuals that are living with disability there? I just feel like imparting to them. Maybe somebody just give me money. So what can I do? Even the widows, the less privileged, okay, let me buy a bag of rice. Let me just give it to them. So even my church, so my twin sister say, I have this too, I have that too, I have people that are less privileged. Okay, just assist me. And anytime I'm assisting people, I just don't know, that joy just comes out in my mind. I feel so excited that I for you. So I can impart to people that can see it's just God. So most of the time I just sit down thinking, what can I do that can make a difference in my life?
Okay, we're going to round up now. Your final word to people, not just people living with disability, all of us need help. I wanted to mention to you quickly that the one that you're crying, that you're looking for something, those of us with sight, we also cry. Everybody
you can still see it.
Life happens to all of us, you know.
Yes.
I mean, the way they give you special privileges just because you cannot see. Some of us may have to stand in the sun for hours, you know. For instance, parking at malls, you know, there's special parking.
Yes, for
people living with this. So, in closing, we'd like to know the difference in vision versus sight, because you definitely have vision for yourself. I mean, educating two young men, you know, through school, being a single mom and being visually impaired. There are people who have their sights and do not have vision for their lives. There are people who would, like the lady who's now doing business and sending you something, before she met you, she thought she had an excuse to beg.
Yes, for being a widow.
When she now met a visually impaired person who is not begging,
her life changed now.
She realized that no, I have no excuses. You know, so give us that one tip, you know, to having vision, as opposed to those of us who just have sight without vision.
I believe every human being should have a vision. Why? So you can't just say what can happen in the future. Like the vision I had then was, I want to become a lecturer. That was my vision then. But when the side challenges came, I thought that was the end. But by the time I was rehabilitated, I discovered I can still make up with my career. So vision has nothing to do with your disabilities. It's only when you want to take your disability as a weakness or as an excuse.
And if you are looking for an excuse, you will find.
And if you are looking for an excuse, you will find.
Yeah, my father died when I was young.
My father died when I was young. That one is not an excuse.
My husband left me. My children abandoned me. There are always excuses.
So at times, all these should not give us an excuse. And when we had a problem, in any way, we should always look for way forward. I look for a way forward. God helped me. In a real language, I'm asking you, if you don't try to carry your load, nobody will carry. Even God, as we are saying, God wants a sharp person. God wants an intelligent person. God will not deal with a drug, someone that cannot think very well. By the time you are doing that, God, when you pray, God will assist. So I want to tell every other person, we're having a program June 27, which is International Day for SME, MMSME. So we have International Day, MMSME Day with Disability, June 27 in Obedas for Physically Challenged Foundation. So I'm inviting you all to come and see our potentials, how we unlock our potentials, our talent, our skills, how we develop our community, and how we contribute to the GDP of the economy.
Thank you very much, Christiana Akirinmade, PhD, Dr. Akirinmade, for coming on The Enterprise. We have learned so much from you.
Thank you for having me.
Carry your load. Deaconess also, because I know that you like to be called.
Yeah, thank you, Jumoke.
Before you carry your load, before somebody helps you to carry your load, you must bend down to carry it yourself. That's what she said. So what I picked from this conversation is carry your load, have vision, not just have insight. And regardless of what life throws at you, there's always a way
out
on the other side.
Yes.
It was an honor having this conversation with you. We thank you very much once again for coming to the Enterprise TV today.
Thank you.
It has been the Enterprise, and we hope to see you on the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to follow all of our social media handles at the Enterprise TV 7. We'll see you next time. Stay blessed.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.